In effort to survive, I surrendered to security. I chose conformity over controversy because I was afraid of failure. Failing to realize all I needed was faith in myself to find favor. I saw peaks and I panicked and sought out paths others planned for me. Maybe they knew what was best for me. All this potential potentially wasting, I was afraid, so I chose security. Now that I am secure, I am shying away from simply surviving. I want to live. I dream of living a life filled with love and devotion to my dreams. I don't want to just get by, so I'm getting up. I cannot sit to stand this any longer. I am vocalizing my vision, for now I see more than being safe, more than being content, more than ever being complacent. It is complicated knowing that you are living a lie and lying and fumbling forward and feeling like you're failing and falling, opposed to flying and feeling and feeling and feeling and flying and feeling free. Faith in yourself. To find favor, to be free, to fly instead of flock, to soar instead of skate, to be free. So I wrote that 2 months ago when I was feeling like what I chose to do, well, being in grad school wasn't the best decision for me, or it was my decision, but ultimately wasn't my idea for myself. I want to talk about not having the confidence in yourself to take that leap of faith into doing something that you truly love, something that you truly enjoy, your passion, a dream of yours. I wrote this because I was feeling like instead of following my dreams or even allowing myself to dream, I allowed my circumstances, my life circumstances, whether it be my family situation, my financial situation, to carve out a path for me instead of listening to my heart and everything of what I want to do in life. And I realized that I can't live like that anymore. I don't want to. I refuse to. On Sunday, I will be 24 years old. And every birthday, I find myself crying because I don't feel, I'm so critical on myself with where I came and how much I've done and, you know, what it means to me, what it means to others. I told myself this birthday that I'm not going to do that. This birthday is going to be different because I'm going to start listening. I'm listening. I have started listening to myself and what it is that I want to do. And moving forward, it's just that I know that I am capable of accomplishing so much. I just have to trust myself. So that's really what this is about. Building that confidence within myself, believing in myself and my abilities, what I'm capable of, my talents, and just really putting myself out there wholeheartedly putting myself out there and just trusting in myself, trusting in my wings, knowing that even if I don't fly immediately out the gate, knowing that at least I tried and I gave it my all. So that's what this video is about. Being able to trust yourself. Okay, so I had to move because they had a lot going on over there, but maybe this would be better. But yeah, I wanted to talk about living out your dreams and being true to yourself. I'll talk about grad school in another vlog, for real. But, you know, throughout the year, I was feeling like, although I decided to apply and to attend and to complete the program, I felt like my decision to even go to grad school was so heavily weighed down by other people's idea of my success. And I can admit that I allowed that to alter my decision making. And reflecting now that a year has passed, now that I've completed 1 year of the program, like this poem came about because I really was sitting and reflecting to myself and thinking, like, you know, Janae, you are capable of trusting yourself. You're capable of making decisions. I don't need that to dictate my life and my life path. And let me just go line through line and just, honestly, because I don't want to ramble, but I want y'all to get it. I want me to get it. I want to be able to watch this and be like, all right, Janae, I know what you're talking about, you know? So the first line, in effort to survive, I surrendered to security. I chose conformity over controversy. And that line in itself, in effort to survive. So, you know, a lot of people see me and they feel like I have, you know, everything together, or, you know, I come from this family of money, blah. In reality, no, that's not the case. My mother was deported back in 2013. I have 15 brothers and sisters. No, it's just not the case. And so a lot of everything that I did up until this point was based on, okay, how can I take care of myself? How can I survive? How can I, you know, how can I provide for myself and be safe, be secure in whatever it is that I do, just to have that safety and security. And the next line, because I was afraid of failing to realize all I needed was faith in myself to find favor. The first part, because I was afraid of failure, instead of trusting myself and, you know, even allowing myself to dream, I just immediately, you know, okay, well, what's other suggestions? What do you think that I should do? What do you think will make the most money? Or what do you think would be the next move? Instead of just sitting back and be like, Janae, what is it that you want to do? And just even having the faith to follow out and execute that, I allow others to, you know, opinions and suggestions to kind of carve out the path that I'm on right now. And by doing that, I realized that I'm not happy. I'm not happy with, you know, my decision, because I felt like it wasn't necessarily my decision. Even though it was my decision to go and to be at Michigan, it wasn't, you know, it didn't come from my heart. And it should. And so the next thing I go on, tainted by being broke. I broke away from my dreams and made decisions out of fear of not flying. So growing up, like I said, poor, I moved around to maybe about 13. I went to 13 different schools, 12 different schools before high school. High school was the only school that I ever stayed and completed prior to furthering my education in college. But, you know, I grew up with my mom and we have 6 siblings, so it was tough for us growing up. You know, there were many times I remember where we didn't have lights, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have water. We were using pots and bottles of water just to bathe. And so once I got to a certain age where I needed to provide for myself, and especially after my mom was deported and I knew that she wouldn't be able to come just to be able to provide for me, I just started doing everything in my power, every opportunity, anything that came that provided any source of income. I was on it. I was just doing it because, you know, in my mind, this is what I need to be able to provide for myself, and if need be, provide for my sisters and brothers. I made decisions out of fear of not flying. So, and with that mindset is, I needed something that was secure as opposed to something that, oh, it's a dream that, you know, instead of struggling to fulfill my dream, I would just, you know, stay on this secure, safe path. I saw peaks and I panicked, and I sought out paths others planned for me. And that just goes to say that, you know, Mount Peaks, as in mountain peaks, like I saw that it might be a challenge to reach where I wanted to go. So instead of do that, I would just detour, and oh, if this was not easy way, but if this was something else that I saw more feasible, more doable, then I would do that instead of even trying to make that hike up that mountain. All this potentially wasting, I was afraid, so I chose security. And you know, all my life, people have said, oh, Janae, you have so much potential to be great. You have so much potential to do this. Potential. And it's like, that's all I've ever heard. And it's like, okay, but potential doing what? Like, you know, like, what is it? You know, okay, potential, you know, like, again, trying to figure out how can I utilize this potential that I have and put it into something that I truly enjoy doing. I was afraid, so I chose security. And now that I am secure, I am shying away from simply surviving. So now that I've reached a level, I'm in grad school, and I'm secure. You know, this is the safe route. I'm in school, I have a job, and, you know, I should be happy, I should be content, but I'm not, because, you know, a huge part of me feels like a huge part of me knows that I'm doing this because a huge part of me knows that I'm doing this just because I want to, you know, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to, you know, ever have to relive my childhood and just have to struggle. So I'm doing this because it's secure, and because I know the outcome will lead to a financial, you know, and now that I'm at this point where I have this security blanket, it's like I'm now being able to realize that my heart isn't truly into it. You know, I'm not really fulfilling what I am capable of doing, or even, you know, fulfilling the potential that I have, because I'm cutting myself off by just being secure, by just playing it safe, and not even trying to see, you know, or not even just being real with myself and with dreams that I have of my own, or just being able to think about what I dream to be and, you know, go forth with trying to be just that. So I go on to say, I'm shying away from simply surviving. I want to live. So now it's I want to live. I want to be intentional with what I do in my purpose, and knowing what my purpose is, and not what other people think my purpose is. I dream of living a life filled with love and devotion to my dream. I don't want to get by. I don't want to just get by. So I'm getting up. I cannot sit to stand this any longer. I cannot sit to stand this any longer. So, and that's just a play on words. Like, at that, I think of course I was sitting down when I wrote this. Like, you know, like I'm putting up with something that I'm telling myself I don't want. It's bothering me. So I'm getting up. I am vocalizing my vision, and even with this, like recording this now, like I am going forth with what I see for myself. And even though I can't, even though that I'm not exactly sure like what that looks like, I just know that from this point moving forward. Whatever it is I do is going to be because of me, because I want to do it. I am vocalizing my vision. For now, I see more than just being safe, more than just being content, more than ever being complacent. And that is just, it speaks for itself. I want more than that. I don't want to just get along, get by. And then I say, it is complicated knowing that you are living a lie and lying and fumbling forward and feeling like you are failing and falling. And so that's just it's difficult for me to sit here any longer and to say that I'm okay with what I'm doing, that I'm completely devoted to what I'm doing, because I'm not. And so when I say that you are living a lie and lying to myself and fumbling forward and feeling like you're failing and falling. So when I say fumbling forward, is, to everyone, it's like, oh, you're moving up, you're doing this. But me, I feel like I'm fumbling forward. Like these are not calculated steps that I'm taking. I'm just going with emotions right now, and I'm overdoing that. So I wrote the original version in my book, and then I tweeted it on this account. I'm not gonna say it's private because it's not, but I don't have followers on it. I like to tweet to the universe. If that sounds crazy, whatever. Feeling and falling forward, fumbling forward and feeling like you're failing and falling, opposed to flying and feeling and feeling and feeling and flying, feeling free. So that's alliteration, I know, but fumbling forward and falling, opposed to flying and feeling free. So, and with that saying, just being able to make your own decisions without anyone's opinion or anyone's suggestion or anyone's, commentary on what you're doing with your life and how you plan to fulfill your life and my life. And so, opposed to flying and feeling and feeling and feeling and flying and feeling free. I say that in that repetition of feeling is because everything that I'm gonna go through from this point forward, I know that I'm gonna feel, whether it is gonna be, good or bad. I'm going to be able to feel that and know that it was my decision, and to know that I'm flying. And to know that I'm flying and to be able to fly on my own wings without being propped up by anyone else, to be able to feel that. That's what I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. I hope that makes sense. Just to be able to feel like I'm doing this. Faith in yourself to find favor, to be free. To fly instead of flock, to soar instead of skate, to be free, And yeah, so the end of this, I just, I compare it to fly instead of flock, fly and just, spread my wings and just be able to do what it is that I want to do. I don't like I said, I don't have the exact etch-a-sketch of what I want to do, but, just to be able to break away from outside anything and just, feel it from within, to trust myself, to be confident in my decision-making abilities and my choices and what I want to do with my life, and being able to find my purpose, create my purpose, and just create my path of what it is I want to do. To soar instead of skate. And to soar meaning, another reference to flying on my own, and instead of skate, I feel like I'm skating by doing what I need to do to be secure, to be content, instead of skating through this through grad school and actually soar through. I'm over just doing enough to get by. I want to soar. And the last two sentences, the last two lines is to be free, to be free to choose what I want to do and be who I am and let my own light shine and soar. Yeah, that's how I've been feeling lately. I want to be free. I am free, and I'm learning to trust myself, and this is a journey. Thank y'all for listening. Quick side story, I'm in California right now staying with my cousin, and that just goes a part of being with, making my own choice and just seeing what's out here. I get a lot of questions of why are you out here, what are you doing out here. Right now I'm here, I am enjoying it. It's beautiful out here, and I am really just learning myself more day by day. I'm being open to my thoughts and honest with how I feel about certain things, and at the same time allowing the universe to do its thing, and at the same time living life and learning. I'm going to record and vlog, and I just want to be real from this point on. I just want to be honest with myself, and I guess in a sense share this journey with you of self-discovery, self-love, self-appreciation, confidence, and we'll see where this goes. But thank you guys for watching and listening to me share something very personal and dear to me, and I'll see you guys next video. Oh, shout out to One Positive brand for the shirt, But God. I'll tag them and I'll put them in the description below. But as always, be loved. Most importantly, be light. Peace.